This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story, a gripping true crime podcast that takes you deep into the chilling tale of allegations against Lucy Letby, a seemingly caring and dedicated nurse who harbored a dark secret. Join us as we unravel the twisted journey of a medical professional whose actions sent shockwaves throughout the healthcare community. It's the story of a nurse who went from saving lives to becoming the harbinger of death. This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story. In a case that has held the nation in thrall for several months, the trial of 33-year-old Lucy Letby, a former neonatal unit nurse from Hereford, continues at the Manchester Crown Court. Letby stands accused of the unthinkable, the murder of 7 babies and the attempted murder of 10 others during her tenure at the Countess of Chester Hospital. As the courtroom drama unfolds, the presiding judge, Mr. Justice Goss, has issued a clear directive to the jurors, urging them to approach the case with utmost objectivity, devoid of preconceived notions and personal emotions. Lucy Letby, now infamous for her alleged actions, is accused of causing serious harm and death to newborn babies under her care in a multitude of harrowing ways. The prosecution argues that her methods included injecting air intravenously, administering air and slash or milk into infants' stomachs via nasogastric tubes, adding insulin as a poison to intravenous feeds, and disturbingly, employing brute force to their delicate abdomens. Even more tragically, some infants were reportedly subjected to multiple attempts on their lives. In his first legal directions to the jury, Mr. Justice Goss implored them to base their judgment exclusively on the evidence put forth in the courtroom. The 8 women and 4 men comprising the jury, who took the oath last October, were cautioned against making decisions based on emotion, sympathy, or antipathy. Ms. Justice Goss told the jury, "You are not detectives," emphasizing that their responsibility lies in analyzing the evidence, not in deciphering the intricacies of the crime scenes. In order to hold the defendant guilty, the jury must be convinced beyond reasonable doubt that Letby deliberately committed a harmful act on a specific infant with intent, and that her actions led to the baby's death. As the courtroom hung on his every word, Mr. Justice Goss clarified that understanding Letby's motive was not necessary for determining her guilt. Motives for criminal behavior are sometimes complex and not always clear, he said, stressing that the jury's role was to rule on the charges based on concrete evidence, not speculation. Turning to the evidence available, the judge outlined that the prosecution relies substantially on circumstantial evidence. He stated that the defendant was the only constant presence during all the incidents. The prosecution argues that all the infants who experienced sudden and unexpected collapses had been under the care of Letby, either as their designated nurse or because she was on duty in the unit at the time. The defense, however, contends that alternative explanations for the collapses could exist, such as natural causes or clinical failings, and that the prosecution's expert evidence is not reliable. They argue there is insufficient evidence to link these collapses to Letby's alleged harmful acts. In consideration of the 7 murder charges, Mr. Justice Goss stated that the jurors must be confident that Letby's actions were a significant factor in the baby's deaths. The defendant says she did nothing inappropriate, let alone harmful to any child. He reiterated, highlighting Letby's stance that these sudden collapses and deaths could be attributed to natural causes, unascertained reasons, or clinical failures, rather than her actions. The period of these alleged atrocities stretches from June 2015 to June 2016. Letby vehemently denies the charges against her, including 7 counts of murder and 15 counts of attempted murder. The nation waits with bated breath as the trial continues, expecting justice to prevail for these tiny lives so tragically cut short. This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story, a gripping true crime podcast that takes you deep into the chilling tale of allegations against Lucy Letby, a seemingly caring and dedicated nurse who harbored a dark secret. Join us as we unravel the twisted journey of a medical professional whose actions sent shockwaves throughout the healthcare community. It's the story of a nurse who went from saving lives to becoming the harbinger of death. This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story.